Look, I've been trimming hedges and planting roses for California's elite for years. And let me tell you, the richer they are, the messier their drama gets. NGL, I've seen some wild stuff, but nothing tops the train wreck that went down at Andrew and Grace's $12 million Malibu mansion. I'm just the gardener ex-Marine, keeping their lawn pristine while their lives fall apart. I don't spill my own tea, my life's off limits, but I'll dish on what I saw with this family. Buckle up, cause this one's a doozy. It's their 15th anniversary and Andrew, this finance bro who rocks Tom Ford suits like it's his job, asked me to turn their ocean view terrace into a damn rom-com set. I'm talking candles, orchids, the works, dragging 50-pound pots with my old back injury screaming at me. Andrew's got this whole plan. Lobster dinner, fancy wine, a velvet box with a Tiffany bracelet for Grace. He's sweating bullets, trying to impress her despite working 80-hour weeks at his hedge fund. Their kids, Elijah, 8, and Hannah, 12, are hyped, especially Elijah, my little buddy, who helps me water the roses. I'm out here setting up thinking, FR, this guy's trying hard for a wife who's been ice cold lately. Then Grace rolls in, fresh from some influencer party, in a Gucci dress, Tesla Cybertruck parked crooked. She's got in-and-out bags, not even a glance at the candlelit setup. She struts onto the terrace, looks at Andrew's lobster spread, and sneers, God, your cooking's as sad as your bank account wishes it was. Ouch. But then, y'all, I swear, she turns to Hannah, who's still holding a napkin she folded for the table and says, promise me, sweetheart, you'll never settle for a weak man like your dad. Some guys are just born to flop. Elijah's big eyes dart to me, confused, while Andrew's face just breaks. I'm pruning a bush, pretending I'm invisible, but damn, that hit like a sucker punch. If you're wondering, yeah, I've been with this family 2 years. Andrew's solid, works his ass off, flies private to NYC for meetings, but always makes time for Elijah's soccer games. Grace, ex-model, now an Instagram queen with 200K followers, always in Balenciaga or sipping $300 smoothies. But lately, she's been straight up vicious. I'd catch her rolling her eyes when Andrew told his cheesy dad jokes that Elijah still giggles at. She'd snap at him for dumb stuff, like his tie not matching his Rolex. I figured it was just rich people stress, maybe her chasing clout. But this was next-level cruel. I kept working, watching Andrew pack away the lobster while Grace and the kids ate burgers. Elijah barely touched his fries, staring at his dad like he wanted to say something. Grace just scrolled her phone, oblivious. I slipped out to the greenhouse, but I could feel the vibe shift. Andrew wasn't just hurt, he was done. You won't believe what he did next, but that's for later. So Reddit crew, what would you do if your partner humiliated you like that in front of your kids? Drop it in the comments, 'cause I'm curious. Alright y'all, I'm back with more tea from the Malibu Mansion meltdown. I'm just the gardener, keeping the roses tight and the hedges sharper than a Gucci blade. But damn, the drama at Andrew and Grace's place could fuel a Netflix series. After Grace's savage takedown on their anniversary, calling Andrew's lobster dinner trash and telling their daughter Hannah not to marry a weakling like her dad, I knew this family was on a collision course. NGL, I'm used to rich folks' chaos, but this was straight up brutal. Here's what went down next. I'm out here clipping azaleas a few days after that In-N-Out disaster, my back still screaming from an old Marine injury, when I notice Andrew's not his usual chatty self. Guy's a finance bro, always in Armani, jetting off in private planes. But now he's quiet, eyes hard like he's planning a damn heist. He starts asking me cryptic stuff while I'm hauling mulch, like, ever had someone betray you and pretend it's your fault? I'm no therapist, so I just shrug and say, screw him, move on. But I see him fiddling with his phone, recording something while Grace is inside, blasting her Instagram stories in a Versace robe. One morning, I'm near the pool, fixing a sprinkler, when I overhear Grace on a call. She's laughing, all flirty, saying, oh, Matthew, you get me. Matthew's her personal trainer, some jacked dude who looks like he lives in a protein shake. I don't think much of it, rich people flirt, right? But then I catch her yelling at Andrew later that day, calling him a nobody who lucked into money. Elijah, my little buddy who loves helping me with the roses, tugs my sleeve and whispers, Mom's always on her phone with that gym guy. Kid's 8, but he's sharp. I just nod, keeping my mouth shut. Next thing, Andrew's acting like a man on a mission. I'm trimming the bougainvillea when he asks me to drive him to a buddy's office in LA. Turns out, it's a divorce attorney. In the truck, he's dead silent, clutching a laptop. Later, while I'm watering the lawn, I see him in his study, copying files off Grace's MacBook while she's at a yoga retreat in Santa Barbara. I ain't no snoop, but I catch a glimpse of texts on his screen, Grace and Matthew, hearts, and late-night workout plans. No sex tape, but it's the emotional affair playbook, highlighted and bookmarked. Elijah spills more. Mom says she's working late, but she smells like wine when she gets home. Kids breaking my heart. Andrew's not just sitting on this. He starts asking me to run errands, like picking up legal docs or dropping Elijah at his sister Abigail's place. I'm thinking, FR, this dude's building a case. Grace doesn't suspect a thing, still strutting in Louboutins, oblivious. But I'm wondering, how's she gonna react when Andrew drops the hammer? Reddit fam, ever caught someone playing you like this? How'd you handle it? Hit the comments, 'cause I'm dying to know. Yo, it's your boy, the gardener, back with the next chapter of the Malibu Mansion soap opera. I'm out here sculpting hedges for California's elite, keeping my mouth shut and my clipper sharp. But the drama at Andrew and Grace's $12 million oceanfront palace is straight up wild. After Grace humiliated Andrew on their anniversary, calling his lobster dinner garbage and telling their daughter Hannah to avoid losers like her dad, things got real. Then I caught wind of Grace's shady texts with her trainer, Matthew. NGL, I thought Andrew might just take the L. But this dude? He's playing chess while Grace is stuck on checkers. Here's how it went down. I'm out in the garden, hauling dirt with my back screaming from an old marine injury, when Andrew starts acting like he's in a spy flick. Guy's a finance bro usually in Tom Ford flying private to NYC, but now he's all focus, no small talk. One day he asks me to help move some boxes to his truck. Says it's work stuff. I peek, and it's folders labeled taxes and accounts. I'm like, cool, but I know it's more than that. Later, I'm fixing their fancy-ass fountain when I see him on the phone, changing bank account details. Dude's opened a new account at some bougie bank in Beverly Hills and rerouted his direct deposit. Smart move, FR. Grace? She's clueless, strutting around in Balenciaga, posting Instagram stories about self-care, while sipping $200 rose. I'm pruning her precious roses when she snaps at Andrew for leaving dishes in the sink, calling him a glorified accountant who can't keep up. Elijah, my little homie who loves helping me water plants, looks crushed. Kid's only 8, but he feels the vibe. Andrew just takes it, no reaction, which throws Grace off. I'm thinking, damn, this guy's got ice in his veins now. Then, Andrew pulls me into his plan. He asks me to drive Elijah to his sister Abigail's place in Santa Monica for the weekend, without telling Grace. I'm like, bet, I'm just the driver, but I know this is big. In the truck, Elijah's quiet, clutching his soccer ball, asking if his dad's okay. I tell him, your pops is tough, kid. Back at the mansion, I catch Andrew meeting with his attorney buddy, handing over USB drives and a stack of papers. I'm not snooping, but I overhear him say, I've got recordings. Turns out he's been taping Grace's rants, like when she called him a nobody in front of the kids. Savage. One evening, I'm cleaning the grill for Andrew's steak night with Elijah when Grace storms out, pissed that Andrew ignored her latest dig about his boring Rolex. She chucks a $500 wine glass into the pool, screaming, "You're nothing without me." I'm sweeping up glass shards, pretending I'm deaf, but Andrew just smirks and walks away. Later, he asks me to drop a package at his in-laws' place in Pacific Palisades. I do it, and when I get there, Andrew's on speakerphone, playing a recording of Grace's anniversary tirade. Her mom gasps. Her dad goes silent. They ask if counseling's an option. Andrew plays another clip, Grace laughing off therapy, saying she married down. Brutal. I'm back at the mansion, setting up lights for their outdoor bar, when I notice Grace's Tesla hasn't moved in days. She's off on another yoga retreat, probably with Matthew. Andrew's calm, too calm, like a Marine before a mission. He's teaching Elijah to grill burgers, acting like nothing's wrong, but I see him check his phone, text from Grace, ignored. I'm thinking, this dude's about to drop a bomb. And then he does something that makes Grace's world shake. What's he got planned? You'll see. Reddit crew, would you stay cool like Andrew or lose it on Grace? Drop your thoughts in the comments, 'cause I'm curious as hell. Yo, it's your boy, the gardener, back with more drama from the Malibu Mansion saga. I'm just out here keeping the hedges crisp and the roses poppin' for California's elite. But the chaos at Andrew and Grace's $12 million oceanfront crib is next level. After Grace's brutal anniversary takedown, calling Andrew's fancy lobster dinner trash and telling their daughter Hannah to dodge losers like her dad, I saw Andrew flip a switch. Dude's been quietly building a case, recording Grace's rants and sniffing out her shady texts with her trainer, Matthew. NGL, I thought Grace would keep strutting in her Louboutins, clueless. But nah, she's starting to smell trouble. And her next moves? Straight up wild. Here's the tea. I'm out here scrubbing their infinity pool, my back still whining from an old marine injury, when Grace starts acting weird. She's been ice cold to Andrew for months, but now she's laying it on thick. One morning, I see a delivery guy drop off a shiny Rolex box, $20,000 easy, with a note for Andrew saying, "Miss you, babe." I'm like, FR? Since when? She's leaving post-it notes on the fridge, all "love you forever," in loopy handwriting. Andrew ain't biting though. He hands me the Rolex box to store in the garage, face blank as a poker pro. I'm thinking, damn, this dude's done. Grace pivots to the kids, Elijah, my little homie, who helps me water the roses, and Hannah, 12, who's glued to her iPhone. Suddenly, Grace is mother of the year, rolling up in her Tesla Cybertruck with Chanel bags for Hannah and a new PS5 for Elijah. Kid's eyes light up, but he whispers to me later, "Mom's being nice, but it feels fake." I'm just nodding, hauling mulch, but my gut's screaming. Grace knows something's up. One day, she corners me while I'm trimming her bougainvillea, all fake sweet, asking me to pass Andrew an invite for a romantic dinner at Nobu. I'm like, I'm just the gardener. I relay the message, and Andrew shuts it down cold. Tell her to call my lawyer. I do, and Grace loses it. Chucks a $700 Baccarat vase onto the patio, screaming, "He's nothing without me." I'm sweeping up shards, keeping my head down, but damn, that was unhinged. It gets worse. Grace starts using the kids to guilt Andrew. She takes them to Disneyland, posting perfect family pics on Instagram. But Elijah tells me she spent half the trip on her phone, probably texting Matthew. Then, at Hannah's school talent show, Grace shows up late, reeking of rose, in a flashy Versace dress. She tries to plop down in the family section next to Andrew, but a teacher steers her to the back. She makes a scene, sobbing loud enough to turn heads. Elijah's face when he sees his mom get escorted out? Heartbreaking. Andrew just sits there, stone cold, whispering to Hannah to focus on her performance. I'm out here setting up their outdoor bar for a party Grace didn't even attend, wondering how she thinks this'll win Andrew back. She's spiraling, and he's not flinching. What's he got up his sleeve? Y'all will see. Reddit fam, ever had someone try to love bomb you after screwing you over? How'd you handle it? Drop it in the comments, 'cause I'm curious. Yo, it's your boy, the gardener, back with the final blow in the Malibu Mansion saga. I'm just out here keeping the lawns pristine for California's elite, but the drama at Andrew and Grace's $12 million oceanfront palace has hit peak chaos. After Grace's anniversary stunt, trashing Andrew's lobster dinner and telling their daughter Hannah to avoid losers like her dad, Andrew went full stealth mode. He's been collecting receipts, recordings of Grace's rants, shady text with her trainer Matthew, the works. Grace tried love bombing him with Rolexes and Disneyland trips, but Andrew wasn't buying it. NGL, I knew something big was coming, and when it dropped, it was colder than the Pacific. Here's how it went down. I roll up to the mansion one morning, pruning shears in hand, and it's a ghost town. No Tesla Cybertruck in the drive, no Grace blasting Instagram stories. Just a stack of papers on the marble counter divorce docs, neat as hell, next to a pile of unopened mail. Andrew's gone, taken Elijah and Hannah to his sister Abigail's place in Santa Monica, without a word to Grace. My phone buzzes, Grace freaking out yelling, "Where's my family?" I'm like, "Ma'am, I'm just the gardener." She's spiraling, but I keep trimming roses, staying out of it. Later, Andrew hits me up to help move boxes to a slick new penthouse in Santa Monica. Dude's in a crisp Tom Ford suit, but his eyes are steel marine level focus. Elijah's with him, clutching his soccer ball, looking calmer than he has in months. While I'm hauling furniture, I hear from Abigail that Grace came home to those divorce papers and lost it. Tried calling Andrew 20 times, left voicemails flipping between sobs and threats. He didn't answer once. Then get this, someone not Andrew, swear to God, sent screenshots of Grace's flirty texts with Matthew to their gym's HR. Turns out, planning workouts on company time broke policy. Grace got canned as their brand ambassador. Her Instagram's been silent since. Savage. I'm back at the mansion, cleaning the neglected pool, when Grace tries one last stunt. She rolls up to Andrew's office in her Porsche, making a scene in the parking lot, screaming about fixing things. Security shuts her down quick. Andrew just walks past, saying, "Talk to my lawyer." I'm sweeping the driveway, pretending I don't see, but damn, it's like watching a kingpin take control. At the divorce meeting, Andrew's attorney lays out terms. Split assets, shared custody, no drama. Grace's lawyer tries to fight, but Andrew drops the bomb. Recordings, texts, even a statement from Hannah's teacher about Grace's drunk school stunt. Grace goes quiet, signs the papers, and it's over. I'm helping Andrew set up his penthouse garden now, planting succulents for Elijah. The vibe's different, peaceful, no eggshells. Grace is alone in that mansion, and Andrew's free. But this ain't the end. Reddit crew, was Andrew's move genius or too cold? What would you have done? Hit the comments, 'cause I'm curious as hell. Yo, it's your boy, the gardener, back with the first update on the Malibu mansion drama. I'm still out here keeping lawns flawless for California's elite, but things at Andrew and Grace's $12 million palace have gone from wild to straight up eerie. After Andrew dropped divorce papers and moved out with Elijah and Hannah, leaving Grace to stew in her own mess, I figured the chaos would cool off. NGL, I was wrong. Here's the latest tea. I'm at Andrew's new Santa Monica penthouse, planting a mini herb garden for Elijah, my little homie who's obsessed with helping me. Andrew's in a chill button-up, no more Tom Ford suits, grilling burgers for the kids and their friends. The vibe's light, like a weight's lifted. Elijah's laughing, Hannah's off her phone for once, and Andrew's got this calm I ain't seen in months. Meanwhile, I swing by the old mansion to check the roses, Grace's pride and joy. And it's a ghost town. Pools green, weeds creeping in. Her Tesla Cybertruck's collecting dust. Grace ain't posting on Instagram anymore. Her 200K followers are probably wondering where their queen went. Elijah spills that Grace is trying to play nice, but it's weak. She stopped the Chanel gift sprees and cries a lot during visitation. One day, I'm cleaning the penthouse patio when Andrew gets a package, flowers from Grace, with a sappy note about starting over. He tosses it, says she can send that to her lawyer. Savage. I hear from Abigail, Andrew's sister, that Grace's parents called Andrew, begging to see the kids. He said they're welcome, but Grace ain't invited to the barbecue. Grace's latest text to him? I didn't mean to lose you. Andrew didn't reply. FR, this dude's rock. The mansion's falling apart, but Andrew's building something new. What's next for this family? Reddit fam, would you let Grace back in the kids' lives after all this? Drop it in the comments, 'cause I'm curious. Yo, it's your boy, the gardener, wrapping up the Malibu mansion saga that's been wilder than a reality TV finale. I'm still out here keeping the greenery tight for California's elite, but the drama at Andrew and Grace's $12 million oceanfront crib? It's finally reached its endgame. After Andrew dropped divorce papers, moved out with Elijah and Hannah, and left Grace to face the music, I thought I'd seen it all. From her savage anniversary takedown, calling Andrew's lobster dinner trash and telling Hannah to avoid losers like her dad, to her desperate love bombing with Rolexes and Disneyland trips, Grace played every card. But Andrew? Dude was 3 steps ahead, and this update seals the deal. NGL, it's a hell of a ride. I'm at Andrew's Santa Monica penthouse, setting up a small garden bed for Elijah, my little homie who's all about helping me plant herbs. The place ain't no $12 million mansion, just a cozy 2-bedroom with beige walls and a killer ocean view. But the vibe? Straight up peaceful. Andrew's ditched the Tom Ford suits for jeans, grilling steaks for the kids, while Hannah actually puts her phone down to laugh at his dad jokes. Elijah's teaching me how to kick a soccer ball between watering cans, grinning like he's forgotten what tension feels like. I swing by the old mansion to check the roses, Grace's babies, and it's a sad scene. Weeds everywhere, pools a swamp, her Tesla Cybertruck's got a flat tire. Her Instagram's gone dark, those 200K followers are ghosted. Grace is still trying, but it's pathetic. Elijah tells me she stopped the gift sprees and just cries during visitation, promising family vacations that never happen. One day, I'm hauling compost when Abigail, Andrew's sister, spills that Grace's parents showed up at the penthouse, not to defend their daughter, but to apologize. They heard the recordings of Grace's rants and were gutted. They want to stay in Elijah and Hannah's lives, and Andrew's cool with it, inviting them for dinner. I'm tasked with setting up the patio table, and Andrew's remaking that anniversary lobster dinner, this time for the kids and grandparents. Elijah's hyped, saying, "Dad's food is the best. No In-N-Out bags in sight." Then Grace sends one last Hail Mary, a long-ass letter about fixing things, left on Andrew's doorstep. He hands it to me to toss, saying, "She never knew me." Cold, but damn, I get it. Word is, Grace's lost her influencer gigs, and Matthew, her trainer side piece, ghosted her after the HR drama. Meanwhile, Andrew got a fat promotion at his hedge fund. More cash, less stress. I'm planting succulents when Elijah asks if we can have another barbecue with his grandparents. Andrew's smile says it all. He's free. I'm standing on that penthouse patio, watching Andrew, Elijah, and Hannah laugh over lobster. Candles flickering, no eggshells underfoot. Grace thought Andrew was a loser, but turns out he was just in the wrong game. This is real wealth, family, peace, no drama. Reddit crew, can you rebuild after a betrayal like this? Or is a clean slate the only way? Drop it in the comments, 'cause I'm curious as hell.